Awesome. Let me do this. Yeah, okay, cool. I think there we go. I think that's it. Okay. I think there's a very high chance, and I mean high, it might actually be guaranteed, but I'm pretty sure if the internet's telling me everything right, then we might actually get done with this today, because apparently if you just don't do any of the challenges and shit, it's basically a really short game, and I wasn't expecting it, but you know what? It's fine, because I've actually been having a lot of fun with it, to be honest. I have actually been really enjoying this game, though. I'm glad that I've finally gone to the story for this, to be honest. Although I have sort of experienced the races before, but... Excuse me. I don't know. I will admit, I think I was sort of expecting more from it. Just because of what other racing games usually offer, but... I don't mind. It'll give me the chance to start something new real quick, pretty much. This is genuinely, even though it's very short, it's genuinely a really nice game. I remember when I promoed in a server, people were saying it's the peak racing game. I think it's tricky to answer. I'm not really sure. I think it's a very... Do I think it's peak? I don't even know, honestly. I think it's pretty good. I think it might actually be one of the best. But I think because we have Crossworlds now, I feel obligated to say that Crossworlds might actually be at the top. Because I do like the way that Crossworlds feels. And I remember a few months ago I had a lot of fun streaming that. I don't even know if I've ever done this map before. I think I have. I remember the music, so I think I probably did. I think as far as, like, racing goes, I think it's tricky to answer, because I think the drifting in other games is just better. And I think a lot of the time in other games you kind of have more control over it. Like, half the time in this, I feel like I'm kind of drifting into a wall, but... Oh. But at the same time, it's clearly not doing me any harm, you know? Also, I did change my vehicle a bit. I went back to the purple paint job, and I did choose different wheels this time around. It's a shame there's no way to... I actually, no, you know what? It's a shame this didn't get a PC release. Like, genuinely. Like, it's a real shame there's not a single, like, PC release of this game. That's a missed opportunity, to be honest. Because if this was a PC release and you could play this on Steam and actually play online and whatnot, this game would do really well for numbers, I think, because people clearly love it. Like, I think people would genuinely love playing online if this was on a PC platform. But, yeah, no, this game's really short, it seems, and I should actually be done with this, maybe in this stream. Which is interesting to think about. Which, I mean, here's the thing, I have not actually been doing much with the other races, trying to fulfill the challenges and whatnot. Which I'm betting a lot of them are just going to be time trials and maybe more difficult races for the rewards and shit. I'm still not sure if I want to do those yet or not, if any. I will say though, I have actually really enjoyed this game. I've been wanting to genuinely do this for a while, honestly. Hang on a minute. Okay. From what I have played, though, genuinely, I have actually really been enjoying this game. The environments are nice.
Now you'll see why I'm the most feared driver on this circuit. I'll earn the right to face oxide by crushing.
This came out during COVID, right? I remember watching streams of this game, and there were a bunch of YouTubers who took part in like a... I think this game was actually... I could be wrong, but I think a bunch of YouTubers were sort of sponsored by KFC, and there was a whole sort of contest on this game because like KFC was doing some sort of competition with this game. I could be very wrong about that, but I feel like I remember that from COVID. I feel like that's the thing I sort of remember about it the most. Because I watched YouTubers play it, and it was YouTubers I actually watched as well, so... I ended up watching... the likelihood of me actually tuning in was higher just because I loved their content already. Oh, goodness. Aside from that, though, I don't think I've ever seen anyone else actually play this, which... I guess I don't really need to now, because I've been playing it, but... goodness. I'm so glad I'm in front. Although I don't think it's supposed to be difficult by any means. I really don't. I will say, by the way, this does make me miss Crossworlds. I'm not gonna lie, it does actually make me miss Crossworlds a bit. I genuinely loved Crossworlds, honestly. I'm so glad I bought that game. Although after the initial playtime period of it or whatever, I sort of wonder if I'm ever going to go back to it. Because it's not often that I play kart races anyway. I mean, the whole point of these games is that you play them with people, and I don't really play them with people anyway, so... So unless I had a friend buy the game, I don't know if I would ever actually go back to it.
You're not so slow after all. Surprised me, you did.
Damn.
Here's a key for the win. Still, I think you're not fast enough to outrace Oxide. We're going to lose our planet, and it'll be all your fault.
Well, joke's on you. I'm gonna win. I think that's the weird thing about this game. Because he probably does the same speech towards any other character, right? So it's just like... I think he's more talking to the player at that point. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah. This is definitely... I think this is the last area. I'm pretty sure it is. At least, or rather, it's the last one that's basically a hub of all the races and whatnot.
To access this track, you must first collect the number of...
14. Well, I got 2 left to go. Yeah, because I remember doing a bit of free roam. It would have been months away. Or so many months ago, right? But I remember loading up 100% save and just exploring the maps a bit. So I do pretty much recognize these areas, but I'm surprised they're not bigger. Or not, I'm surprised the game isn't, like, longer, but as a friend pointed out, I guess they do prepare you for the multiplayer portions of it. Because the thing is, I'd imagine nobody plays it now, right? Like, unless you're speedrunning it, which might be a thing, but I'm guessing most people probably don't play online anymore, because it might not even exist, to be honest, but I guess you have Crossworlds for that now, or the modern Mario Kart. Whichever one that is at the time of people watching this. I mean, currently there's Mario Kart World, but if there's people watching this in however many years' time, there could easily just be another one. Which, to be fair, they don't often... What the fuck? They don't... I've never actually done this race, I don't think, but... Yeah, no, weirdly enough, I don't think they often release a Mario Kart game, I don't think. I could be wrong about that, though, but... Do I remember this? I don't think I played this. I love how I said, oh yeah, I played all of the tracks. I don't think I remember this one. And the only reason why I don't is because of the blue tunnel. Like the blue fucking electrified tunnel. I will say though, I bet playing this game with people is an absolute blast. I mean, it is basically the fucking Mario Kart. Pretty much, right? it's the Crash Bandicoot equivalent of Mario Kart, pretty much. Probably. Just like how Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is pretty much the Mario Kart of the PC platform nowadays. I'm hoping people actually enjoy that game still, because I'd love to go back to that eventually. I think people... Speaking of which, I think people actually make mods for that game, where they modify the tracks and shit. That's actually pretty fucking cool, I'm not gonna lie. I think they I think they make mods for the... They either make mods for the tracks, or the soundtracks, or something along those lines. Or maybe a mix of both, I haven't properly checked it out. I will say though, I'm pretty sure they... I think they actually mod the characters as well, which is interesting. And I don't know, I haven't actually checked out any mods for that. I've just seen them posted in Discords and shit, because I share some, I share servers with Sonic fans, so it's the only reason why I see them, really. Speaking of which, I remember we spoke about Titans of the Tide yesterday. I remember talking about the DLC and how I haven't tried it yet. Apparently, I've seen the Steam reviews, and apparently there's a lot of people being negative about it. Which is a shame, because, I don't know. I feel like SpongeBob games, I'm just going to say this from my perspective, but I feel like SpongeBob games just don't need DLC. I feel like I feel like the game should be good enough on its own, you know? Or just add the content to the base game, or whatever, I don't know. I mean, I'm told that I shouldn't play it, or that it's not recommended to play it. Which is interesting to think about, honestly, but... I know I can go a different way, but... But there's someone in a server I'm in who did say, like, it's not recommended, or I shouldn't play it, or something like that. Is it this one? Alright, guess it's this one. I don't even know what the map said, to be honest. It's a shame it loads for a bit. It sort of gives you this weird little silence. I'm not sure how to feel about that. I think I've played this one. Yeah, because I'd said it yesterday, but I did, I've already played a bunch of these races in the arcade mode just to sort of experience them, and I also did it for a video at the time, so... Oh, goodness. Yeah, no, it's... I like a lot of these tracks. Like, I do actually like a lot of these tracks. I will say, though, you do sort of play these games and wish you could get more out of the tracks. Or maybe get more tracks. Like, I remember... I mean, obviously I loved Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And I know a lot of those tracks come from the regular game. Oops. Just because of, you know... Like, Mario Kart 8 put those games in, sure, but then it added more in Deluxe. And you know what? Even though it's very difficult to choose tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I do like the variety of tracks. And I think that's what, weirdly enough, I think Crossworlds does a good job with the tracks. And I'm glad that Crossworlds did its thing with tracks. It does, however, make me wish that... I don't know, I wish we could have more collabs just to sort of see what they can do with characters and racetracks and stuff, because that would be pretty cool. I don't know what's planned with it, or if they've finished or whatever, but I'd be very curious to see if they can do anything else with that. Yeah. Keep driving into the spider, god damn it. Speaking of which, I am emulating Sly 4 at the minute. Seems to be a relatively good game despite what people say about it. And I'm emulating it, which in some instances kind of sucks because you need the 6-axis stuff, which is basically motion controls for those of you who don't know what that is. And the annoying thing is you do have to, if you want to play the game, you basically have to download a fucking motion controls emulator online just to use with the emulator. With the PS3 emulator itself, rather. But otherwise, it's a good game. I just think what would make it even better is if motion controls weren't a requirement, because holy shit, dude. Like, it's really sad how it's basically held back by motion controls. Yeah, it is basically held back by motion controls, which sucks, to be honest, but... I don't know. I like the game. I don't think I'm ever gonna play it again, but it's one of those games where it's just like... It's nice enough to experience it at least once, you know? And as a whole with the franchise, I mean... There's parts of the second and third games I didn't even like, which, you know, but at least they didn't require motion controls, so does that. I think the fourth game has a bit of an interesting premise though, to be honest. Also, I have got a black screen. That's weird.
Congratulations, you win a trophy.
That's weird. You know what? I have an idea. I'm assuming it's an autosave feature. Or rather, I'm assuming there is an autosave feature. I hope so. I'm pretty sure there is. Shout out to autosave features. Though honestly, shout out to manual save, because sometimes you don't want to autosave. Like Fallout and Skyrim are good examples of that, because I don't want to fucking autosave every time. I like manual saving, it helps me... Because imagine if you relied on autosaves. I mean, holy shit, you basically have to reload... When you die in the game, it reloads to a save, so it's just like, you may as well just go ahead and do that. Can I do this now? Yeah, we should be done with this today, hopefully. Weirdly enough, I don't know, I'm kind of hoping we get done with it, because I think I still want to figure out what to do after this, because I'm not really sure. I feel like, weirdly enough, I feel like I need a stream game that I can just go back to whenever I'm not doing a playthrough of something. Like, I'd love to have a game that I can just replay and sort of... I think there's a lot of games like that, right? Like, realistically, let's say, for example, the first game that comes to mind, Deep Rock Galactic. Great game. I love that game. You can have... If you really wanted to, you could have an endless amount of hours out of that game just from replaying all the different mining missions and whatnot. Which, to be fair, that's a good idea, actually. I do actually love that game. I miss that game sometimes. And they come out with an update every so often as well. Like, they haven't given up on that game, which is interesting. I do absolutely really enjoy that game, though. I will say, though, I play with mods. No difficulty mods, though, because I'm not really... I like to play on lower difficulty, because, you know... I think sometimes it makes it more enjoyable. But I play with... I think it's called Carl class, where it just gives you... You can use any weapon with any class, and the same goes with tools, and I think that's really... I think that's a really good mod to have. Because I think it allows you to have as much freedom as you want with loadouts. Granted, it basically makes the class you're playing as redundant, or the type of dwarf you're playing as redundant, but also, I don't know, who cares? I like the freedom I get with something like that. I like the fact that I can have the drills and a grapple hook on the exact same loadout, with the rest of the weapon, with the rest of them just being two weapons that I really like. Because here's the thing, I love the drills on the driller, and I love the grapple hook, the fucking grapple hook on the scout. I love both. And thankfully there's a mod that lets me actually use both in a mission, and I think that's fucking amazing. Because the funny thing is that I do actually use the drills on my scout in a modded mission. Because the drills are genuinely very useful. Especially if you're trying to get to minerals and ores and shit, like, you know, it just makes sense. But also, you know, I think it allows you to genuinely... I said it's, you know, it gives you freedom for loadouts. I think, genuinely, it just allows you to explore your options, to be honest. That's fine. Like, I think that's the great thing about that mod. It genuinely allows you to explore your options. Which is why I like to use it so much. So, this is a really weird turn. I'm just saying, the Crossworlds and Mario Kart, I don't think they'd have a turn like that. Because the downside is I want to drift around places, but it just doesn't, you know. Okay.
Congratulations, you win a trophy.
Heck yeah, we do. I'd imagine that black screen glitch earlier, by the way. It was probably in a fucking... I don't think that was a game thing. I'm just gonna say it. Which is fine. I'm not that bothered. We found a workaround. I'm glad I didn't have to reset. Speaking of, actually, I think it was last year when I bought Red Dead Online. I know that a lot of people don't really like it that much, but I weirdly love Red Dead Online. I think genuinely, as you know, as a fan of Red Dead 2, I mean, I've played GTA, right? I played GTA 5, I've played online. I really liked online. My only problem is when my only problem is heists. Which is funny, because I know people love heists, but the fact that I remember when me and my friends would do heists on GTA, and we would be stuck on the same one for hours. And I'm not gonna lie, I remember getting so tired of GTA Online just because of those heists. Like, I feel like I much prefer doing like a race or some other sort of minigame. There's that, I don't know what the minigame's called, but you're using the Tron bikes where you have a trail chasing... Where am I going? You have a trail chasing you, and you have to get other players to go into the trail so that you actually win the game. I think it was called, like, Pipeline or something. I don't remember, but I loved that minigame. I thought that was cool. But I think, honestly, I also enjoyed just grinding for money with, like, the businesses and shit. I thought that was really cool. I also will say, I don't know, I think as a world, if I were to compare the two, I think I ultimately prefer Red Dead Online. I think if I'm being serious, I feel like I'm more invested in what's happening in Red Dead and the online section and just all of that. Like, it is genuinely really nice to ride on a horse and do the little missions here and there, and there's the I don't know how many roles there are that you can contribute to. I think there's 4, but like there's the bounty hunter shit and the herbalist thing, I think. I don't know what else there is or what their names are, but I like that stuff, weirdly enough. I do actually miss playing that game. I miss playing online. I think it is genuinely a lot nicer to play it. But I will say, I think it's one of those things where I basically have to be in the mood for it, which I think nowadays I could say that for basically any game ever. Because I do look at some games and I think, I would love to start that, but I'm not necessarily in the mood for it yet. Like when I wanted to do another playthrough of Fallout, for example, I thought, do I want to do another one anytime soon? Because sometimes I kind of want to just leave a game for a while and then come back to it at a later date to do another playthrough or do stuff in the game or whatever, right? Because I feel like I couldn't... I feel like... For example, Fallout 4, I completed another playthrough, I think it was like 2 months ago. Actually, no, we're in March, so I think it was 5 months ago at this point, maybe. I think I completed it in like November or something. Obviously not a first-time player. I've replayed it a number of times already, but I think that's the funny thing about a game like that, is that I don't want to revisit it after like 6 months. I think like, for example, I would wait a lot longer just to take a break from the game, pretty much. It's the same with Skyrim as well. I don't know what... I think the last time I played Skyrim was last year when me and friends did the multiplayer mod stuff, because we played Harbor years ago, and then we used the Reborn version last year once or twice. I'd love to commit to a full playthrough of Skyrim together, Reborn. I think that would be awesome.
What, you call that racing? Forget about it. If you's gonna race Oxide, you's gonna have to get past me first. I'm the speed champion here, and I'm gonna save the world.
This is the guy from the DS game. I think the DS game was called Crash Boom Bang. I remember he was in it. I'm not sure if he's been in any other game before that or after that or whatever, but I had that game on the DS and I don't even remember that much about it, to be honest. I think it was like a board game type thing, weirdly enough. Like, I think you could play all sorts of different mini games and shit. Which, to be fair, in concept, a Crash Bandicoot party game seems really cool. I think a lot of them required the stylus and maybe the microphone, but I'm really not sure. Pinstripe, what are you doing? Oh, oh, you're a... Oh. Damn it, dude. Do you know what? Focus on driving. Wow, I'm actually having trouble with this. Holy shit. So is there a reason why he has infinite sort of, you know... Is there a reason why his things are infinite? Because that doesn't make sense. Unless it's part of his character and he's a cheat, but... Dude. Really? We might be here for a bit if I can't... Do you know what, actually? I'm gonna restart. Screw it. Because the thing that screws you up is genuinely the beginning section, especially if you let him pass you. Holy shit, dude. So he's gonna just pass me. Is there a reason why that just didn't let me do it the first time? Okay, whatever. Whoa, supercharged. Unless you're supposed to drift a bit earlier, but I'm really not sure here. Oh, that's how I look back. I think I knew that, but I'm not sure. I'm so focused right now. Oh, Spyro. Nice one. Okay. I'm gonna save this for now, actually. Like that. There we go. Okay. I'm so glad I'm far ahead. Although saying that, though... Don't you fucking dare. Saying that, though... I don't know, man. It seems like you can jump and stop your momentum a bit. Which I didn't know if that was a thing or not. I didn't know that was a thing, assuming that's even a thing. Because I got to the edge earlier and it didn't really, It stopped me a bit, which is interesting. One more.
Curse these dragon thumbs.
Sheesh. Yeah, I think there's a problem with going too fast as well. Like, I think you also kinda... I think you either have to control your speed, or you have to sort of use your speed and turn at the right moments. Like, that's something I'm sort of realizing as well, like... Because speed is all well and good, but... realistically, I think you genuinely need to sort of control your turns, or control... Or, like, I don't know, turn at the right moments so that you're not, like... kicking yourself off the edge, I guess? I don't know. We're done now. We're done. Sheesh.
So, you's beat me fair and square. I doubt you'll be this lucky with Oxide. Here's a key for your troubles. Ah, brother.
Why was he trying to... He was trying to act all mischievous there, and he just... I don't know what that was all about, but okay. I really don't know what that was all about. Oh, we're on the last one already?
The little terror vermin has finally collected all the trophies to become world champion. What took you so long? Now we prove who the fastest driver really is.
Yeah, I think he's definitely talking to the player. If we're being realistic, I think that's what's going on. Hang on a minute, chat. Ooh, okay. Yeah, this is basically the last sort of straw, right? I'm gonna be real, I don't think I'm gonna... I don't think I'm gonna do the extra stuff in the story, just because maybe outside of stream if I feel like doing it, I can, but I think due to my 100% save, I feel like I don't need to, really. So... Aw, yeah. I must admit, by the way, I thought they would have at least shown us more tracks. Although I think there's a little, I don't know if it's DLC or if it's, like... I don't know, like, there's extra tracks where you can go on Spyro's realms and shit, and you can go into outer space and meteorites and stuff like that. I'm not really sure what that's part of, if there even is DLC for this, I'm really not sure, but... I've played those and I know they exist. It's a shame you don't see those in, like, the story or whatever, but to be fair, they might not have even existed in the original game, so there's also that to consider, right? Speaking of which, this might actually be a short fucking stream if we finish this, which normally I go for 2 hours, but I never know what to switch to, so... I normally like to just come back and do a new playthrough or replay something or whatever. Yeah. I know I'm on easy, by the way, but holy shit. I'm kinda surprised by how easy this is, aside from that one pinstripe thing. I'm gonna be honest, I also have no idea what that meter is on the right. I know what that one is in the corner, it's the one that you use for your power sliding, but the one that's blue at the minute, I have no idea what that's for, if I'm being genuine. Unless it's like how fast you go when you go in a straight line or something, but... Excuse me. Speaking of, I do actually miss playing like Sea of Thieves and shit, you know? I don't know if I would ever stream that again. I do miss it though. Dude, come on. Really? That is so bull. My speed was perfectly fine there. I don't know what was going on there. Like, I don't know. I do miss that game, and it does get updated every so often. I will say, though, I think a lot of people in the community are saying it, but that game is not what it used to be. That game is not what it used to be. There's people saying it's going downhill, and the updates don't offer you much. I'm not really sure what to say, to be honest, because I don't play it enough to really comment. But I've also got a decent amount of hours in the game to say whether or not I've loved the game, which I haven't really enjoyed the game. I remember my first week or two of playing, and it was like the best time ever. I bought the game for me and a friend, and we just vibed on it for like a week or two, and we loved it.
I can't believe you beat me! I never lose! How embarrassing! I'll be the laughingstock of all Gasmoxia! Fine! your miserable planet stays gushy and green. At least you still haven't gathered all my time relics. Until you've collected all of those and race me again, you'll never be able to claim you are the fastest. This won't be the last time you'll face nitrous oxide. We will meet again.
Okay. So basically there is an ending to this game. Okay, I mean, it's a short game. It's a nice game. If I'm being real, it is a nice game. I don't think I have much to say about it, to be honest. It's nice. It feels nice. The drifting feels nice. I like the maps. I like the hubs. It's nice that I can choose from a variety of characters and customize my vehicle and stuff. I do wish there was... I don't know, I wish the drifting was a bit nicer. Because you do just drift into a wall sometimes. Yeah. The music's nice. I do like the music. That's another thing. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I like the music. I really do. I don't think I would play it. I think I do like this game. I just don't think I'll touch it again after this, weirdly enough, but it's also one of those games that they release for the sake of multiplayer, which I don't think I ever would do anyway. I don't even know if you can do that anymore, but, you know. But yeah, no, supposedly you collect his relics and beat him again, which I don't know if I'm ever gonna do. Probably not. I highly doubt it, but I will say, it weirdly makes me miss playing like a regular Crash game. I know I've been wanting to play Crash 4. I've been wanting to play Crash 4. But aside from that, I mean, I don't know. Is this where I think it is? Yeah, it is. I should really stream Crash 4 at some point. Because I actually do really like that game. I love the music and the challenge levels and shit. I think they're called inverted levels, which, yeah, I don't know. I think Crash 4, from what I've actually played of it, it does weirdly embody, like, sort of, like, classic Crash games. Because it feels right, you know? It feels nice to play. I should really actually do a playthrough of that sometime. Because now I'm thinking about it. But, yeah, I don't know. This game has been short. I've liked it. I've done the playthrough that I've always wanted to do, so it's nice to sort of... It's nice to sort of do it and, you know... What's down here, by the way? Did I ever do this? Polar Pass. I'm not I probably did, right? I don't know. Maybe I can go to the main menu and look at the maps just to see what that one is. But, yeah, no, it's tricky with this game, because I like it. It's nice. And I probably ranked it highly in the Mario Kart clones video I made. I'm pretty sure I did. Speaking of which, is there really only one way out of this area? That's crazy, dude. There's only one way out of this area. That's insane. I mean, I guess that makes sense because it just teleports you. It just teleports you, right? So that's good to know, though. I'm not... Yeah, I don't know. This was a nice hour. I thought this was going to be a lot longer. Even after I looked it up, I was expecting it to be a bit longer. But then you remember their races. You know, they're not exactly short races, are they? You know, like, which is fine. I've gotten my entertainment from this game. It's a very nice game. I think if anyone wants to play this themselves, they really should. Maybe even do more than I did, because I don't think I'm that bothered about doing all the extra stuff. I'd probably enjoy doing the extra stuff, but, you know. It's been a really good game, though. I like it. I like it a lot. I think I'll leave it there, though. And maybe on Monday or whenever I stream next, we can revisit a game or redo another game or something.